you ready? Okay. Go on and make our red bud jelly. Now, if you remember, yesterday we took our red bud leaves and we put them in boiling water to steep overnight, which they did. And this is what you get. It's like a red water. It's very pretty. So we have got a triple batch of this going. So what we're going to add next is we're going to add 6 tablespoons of lemon juice. Any kind. If you have fresh lemons, that's okay, but I was just using this for this today. And on top of that, we are going to take and add our pectin. Now, it's going to take, since we're making a triple batch, it's going to take 3 of the packages of pectin. So you want to add those in the beginning. So we're going to add that. Now, when you're doing this, kind of keep all of your products right close to you, because that way you can have it handy when it's time for it to go in. So we're going to do that. And this has to come to a boil for 1 minute. Anytime you make jam with pectins, it tells you that on the box. You let this come to boil for 1 minute, and then we're going to add our 6 cups of sugar. So let's just pause here until this boils, and I'll be back with you in a second. Back with the miracle of the camera, and the jelly, we're all ready to go. I am getting ready to take and put the sugar in it. Now, what I'm going to do is in this batch, since this is a triple batch of our red bud jelly, we're going to take and add 6 cups of sugar. So now measure your sugars and your juice out at can't think of it accurately, because if you don't, your jelly will not set up. So take and you're going to have 6 cups of that in there. Now, after you've let this boil for about 1 minute, with your pectin in there now, you take and you're going to add your sugar and add it slowly and stir it in, because you don't want any big clumps in there, because that's hard to get out. Can you imagine here, we're standing here doing this with all of this modern equipment. Can you imagine our grandparents, the way they did this? They stood for hours over hot kettles and stuff. So we're really blessed that we don't have to do it that way. Okay, so now we got our sugar in and we're stirring that up. Now, while we're doing this, we have to continue stirring this, and this is going to cook for about a minute. But make sure that you have got your canner on going, because you want your water to get hot. Now, I am going to put these in half-pint jars. So I've got my jars down in the dishwasher. I washed them good first, put them down in the dishwasher because I want them to get sterilized. And then after that, we are going to fill our red bud jelly in there. We're going to process it for 15 minutes in the bath canner, and then we're going to turn it off and let it sit in there 5 minutes, and then we're just going to set it here for 24 hours without touching it, because our jelly's got to set up, our jars have to seal, and then you have red bud jelly. So I'll get back with you in just a second when it's time to put it in the jars and show you how. So this is Regina at Cowan Station Honey Farm. We have taken and we have boiled our jelly to a hard boil. And we let it boil for 1 minute. And so anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take and ladle it into our little jars. And I used a small jar, but just ladle your jelly into it. Now you're going to put it up to 1/4 of an inch on your little rim of jars. And I'm going to show you where that's at in just a second. Now, because I think I want mine to be pretty, I cut a lemon in half, and I'm going to drop it in each jar. So that way it just kind of gives a pretty little, I don't know, look to it. Now, whenever you have your jelly up to a 1/4 inch of the jar, you're going to, what it means, you're going to take it up 1/4 to the top So it's going to be just right around this top little rim of your, not this rim, but this little line in your jar. So make sure you get it there because that's going to help it seal. Next, I take a paper towel and I just make sure I rub it around the edges to get off any sugar or debris that could be there that would keep your jar from sealing. Next, my lids I took and I washed them real good, and you can use the 2-piece lids or you can use this. Of course, I use this because of the shop and it's more of a professional canning lid, but you can use the 2-piece lids. Now, look how pretty. Now, while the red buds are in full bloom, think about your Christmas. You could take and pick some red buds, do this, and give it to people as Christmas gifts. They would love something like this. And as the Pioneers ladies knew, this was free food. So I'll get back with you when I get all these done and get them in the canner. Now, what you want to do is you want to take and have your hot water canner bath. So put your jelly into that. Mine is a small one, the one I'm using. I have a bigger one, but this one is a 7-pint jar. So anyway, we're using half pints, so we're going to put it down in there. Now, you want to make sure that your jars are covered by about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of water, because you want it to boil up. Okay, now we're going to leave them in here. When the water becomes a rolling boil, we're going to leave this in 15 minutes. And then at that point, we're going to take and turn it off and just take the lid off and let it set there for 5 minutes. After that point, we're just going to set it out on a clean towel or cutting board. Leave it there for 24 hours and let it set up. And then we'll show you what your finished product is. Now that you've let your product rest for 5 minutes, it's time to remove it. Let it cool for 24 hours. And look what a beautiful product you got. You know, that would be a wonderful gift to give to newlyweds in a basket that you fixed up, or for someone's birthday, or for Christmas, an anniversary. And you got it from your own backyard. This is from Cow Station Honey Farm. Have fun and work up your own food.